Indian Navy's INS Trikand swiftly responded to a distress call from an Indian merchant vessel after a piracy attempt in the Western Indian Ocean, and the frontline frigate investigated and deterred the threat, ensuring the safety of the vessel. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh laid the foundation stone for a 10,000-ton aluminium extrusion press at Yantra India Limited in Nagpur that will support the production of large and complex aluminium alloy profiles used in missiles, rockets and armoured platforms. The first indigenously constructed hovercraft H-561 was inducted into the Indian Coast Guard. Hyderabad-based Aerospace and California-based Solestra Group have inaugurated a new global manufacturing center in Hyderabad. Bengaluru-based GreenAero is developing indigenous Transonic and Supersonic collaborative combat aircraft for future manned-unmanned teaming missions. Bengaluru-based Unmanned Autonomy Private Limited is developing Titan autonomous aerial logistics drone designed for high-altitude defense operations. Brahmos aerospace chief has said that Russia has expressed strong interest in inducting the Brahmos supersonic cruise missile into its own armed forces, and that discussions are underway to expand production capacity, as Russia's existing facilities may not be enough to meet future demand. Brahmos aerospace chief has confirmed that the unit cost of the Brahmos supersonic cruise missile is expected to fall by around 20% over the next 18 to 24 months, as India increases indigenous content and reduces dependence on imported Russian components. That will also make Brahmos more competitive in the export market. India's SMPP Private Limited has signed a teaming agreement with Germany-based KNDS to co-produce the 100 km range VELOCE high-speed anti-armor loitering munition and 500 km range DRDO loitering munition through local manufacturing, technology transfer and operational customization for Indian Armed Forces requirements. The Indian Navy is working on a carrier-compatible Navy combat air teaming system based on the CATS Warrior Navy concept. The unmanned combat aircraft is designed as a multi-role UCAV with low observable features, a wing folding mechanism for naval operations, and a payload capacity of 1 ton. The DRDO is developing an air-launched version of the long-range land attack cruise missile that will not need a large solid fuel booster, reducing its weight to around 1,000 kilograms. This lower weight will allow a Su-30 to carry 2 to 4 missiles that will enable precision strikes against strategic targets far beyond the front lines, while keeping aircraft outside heavily defended airspace. Kalyani Strategic Systems Limited and US-based AM General have signed a strategic partnership to offer next-generation mounted artillery gun systems to global armies. The companies will jointly offer a 155mm 52 caliber system for the US Army's Mobile Tactical Cannon program, competing against rival offerings from teams including Elbit Systems of America and Hanwha Defense USA. Top military analysts have said that even a major Rafale acquisition of around 114 aircraft would not be enough to solve the Indian Air Force's fighter crisis. Such a deal would certainly boost the combat quality with advanced sensors, long-range weapons, electronic warfare and superior survivability, but it would still do little to fix the deeper problem of declining squadron strength. A limited Su-57 order for 40 units would also remain too small to significantly alter the overall force structure, as such a fleet would serve mainly as a high-end capability, not a decisive force multiplier. For real strategic impact, India would need a larger Su-57 order of around 90 to 100 aircraft. The 100 units order would allow wider deployment, proper pilot training, maintenance reserves and better operational availability. A larger order would also make stronger economic and industrial sense, if linked with local assembly technology transfer, domestic production partnerships and MRO infrastructure in India. Today's top 3 comments.
Omar dropped it.